I am filling in today for Al Els, who has mutated and is not going to be here today. We're going to be talking about vocabulary of evolution on Biology Radio. The first term that you're going to want to know is phylogeny, evolutionary history of a group of organisms. Cladistic analysis, technique for determining the evolutionary relationships among organisms that relies on identification and comparison of newly evolved traits. Taxonomy, the branch of science concerned with classification, especially of organisms and systematics. Genes, discrete unit of heritable info about genetic traits, consists of a sequence of DNA that codes for a specific polypeptide, a protein or part of a protein. Alleles, alternate versions of the same gene produced by mutations. Frequency, how often something occurs. In the gene pool, we have all of the alleles found in all of the individuals of a species. The gene flow is a spread of an allele throughout a species gene pool. Not an easy word to say. Founder hypothesis, the hypothesis that the diversity of unique species in isolated habitats results from divergence from a single founding population. The bottleneck or founder effect is a type of sampling error that occurs when a small subset of individuals emigrates from the main population to found a new population, leading to differences in the gene pools of both. Allopatric is a geographic separation of a population of organisms from others of the same species, usually in reference to speciation. Sympatric, in the same geographic region, it's sympatric. Speciation is the evolution of one or more species from an ancestral form, or macroevolution. Gradualism, the hypothesis that evolutionary changes occur or in tiny increments over long periods of time. Punctuated equilibrium, the hypothesis that evolutionary changes occur rapidly and in short bursts, followed by long periods of little change. Fitness is the relative survival and reproduction of one variant compared to others in the same population. Adaptation, or adaption, a trait that is favored by natural selection and increases an individual's fitness in a particular environment. Natural selection is a process by which individuals who lack these traits resulting in an increase in the frequency of successful alleles and a decrease in the frequency of unsuccessful ones. Scientific theory is a body of scientifically accepted general principles that explain natural phenomena. A hypothesis is a tentative explanation for an observation that requires testing to validate. That's the scientific method. Macroevolution is large-scale evolutionary change, usually referring to the origin of new species. Microevolution is the changes that occur in a characteristics inside or within a population. Common descent, the theory that all living organisms on Earth descended from a single common ancestor that appeared in the distant past. Homology, similarity in characteristics as a result of common ancestry. Convergence, or convergent evolution, evolution of the same trait or set of traits in different populations as a result of shared environmental conditions rather than shared ancestry. Divergence occurs when a gene flow is eliminated between two populations. Over time, traits found in one population begin to differ from traits found in the other population. Vestigial traits, modified with no relatively minor function compared to the function in other descendants of the same ancestor. And finally, coevolution, the battle between insects and plants. Like chemicals to ward off attacks, insects become immune to the poison and the plants create different or higher concentrations of poison to continue their relationships. That's coevolution. That's the end of our hour. Have a lovely day.